All the leading newspaper in the United Kingdom reported today and yesterday that the Home Secretary Shabana Mahmood sent her team to Denmark to go and study what the Danish people have done in terms of the immigration. The Home Secretary is set to announce the most radical changes to UK immigration policy by the end of this month. She has dispatched her team to Denmark to go and study the country's immigration policy. Today, my team have gone through all the reports, making it run, and we're going to break it down to explain how the changes that are set to be announced could affect people from immigrant community. If you know anyone that lives in the United Kingdom or anyone who is planning to move to the United Kingdom, this update is too important for anyone to miss. Shabana Mahmood is going to make this announcement, and we are breaking you everything down to you today so that we can explain how it can affect you and your family. Good afternoon. Frank is my name. The Lunch Club is where you will hear the latest immigration news. We share these stories to inform and educate our audience. We're going to dive into this update to explain how it will affect you. The most important one is the changes to indefinite leave to remain that the Home Secretary is set to announce. We will talk about that at the end of this one. Let's dive into these changes. All this is coming from the report in the news. The government sent the team to Denmark to go and study how Denmark has been able to reduce their immigration and not break international law. So, what are the changes that the government is proposing to announce? Stay tuned, let's dive into it. Before we start, don't forget to share the story with anyone that you know will benefit. So, the UK is considering giving refugee and asylum seeker temporary stay. Currently, when you seek asylum in the UK, either they give you 5 years, and after 5 years, you will be able to apply for indefinite leave to remain. Now the government is saying that they are going to do what Denmark is doing, which means that if you seek asylum in the UK, you seek refugee, you will not be given automatic refugee status, and you will not be able to use refugee as a pathway to live in the UK permanently. This means your permission to stay could depend on continued risk in your home country. Say, for instance, you seek asylum claiming to be from a country where there is war. As soon as the government reassesses that your country is safe, you must return back home. Let me be very clear. What the government is proposing is that nobody who seeks asylum will be able to live in the United Kingdom permanently. As soon as the government assesses that your country is safe, you must return back to your home country. Let me know what your views are about what we are talking about today. The second one is family reunion rules could soon include age threshold, financial dependence, language requirement, proof of integration. It no longer guarantees the right to everyone. What that means is that if you seek refugee state, you seek asylum, you were granted refugee status, you will not be able to just go and bring your wife and your children to come and join you straight away. You will be able to show that you have money in Denmark. You must have $7,000 in your bank account before you can bring your family to the UK. You must work in the country for 3 years and show that you've integrated. The UK is going to do that. Stay behind. I'm going to give you the latest update on indefinite leave to remain. The Home Office is reviewing how to manage removal, aiming to make deportation quicker while still complying with human rights obligations. These reforms would not affect asylum seekers, but they could reshape immigration pathway, impart employment, and changes to integration. Shabana Mahmood said this is going to be tough. She has said, I want to do what Denmark has done. Denmark has reduced immigration and they have not broken international law. And she has also said that look, These changes that the government have proposed have divided opinion among the Labour Party. You have people like Clive Lewis and others saying this is too hardcore for the government to say that refugee will not be able to get permanent stay in the UK, and they will have to, like in Denmark, if you live in certain areas in Denmark that the government consider that that area has too many people that come from non-European background, you will not be able to bring your family, because they said you have to show that you are well integrated into the country before you will be able to bring your family to the UK. You have some MPs saying, no, this is racist policy. This is too hardcore, that this is wrong. Let me know what your views are. And you have some MPs who comes from the areas where reform is threatening labor, the what they call the red wall. Those MPs are saying, no, these changes, it doesn't go far enough. That the government even need to go further that has been proposed. Do you agree? Put your comment in the comment section. Let me know what your views are. Now, refugee gets short-term permit, which means that they will be able to stay in the UK only on a short-term basis. You have to show that you're well integrated. You have to also show that you have good English, your age. Like in Denmark, you will not be able to bring your family to the Denmark if you are under 24. So if you are somebody who was granted refugee status and you are under 24, you will not be able to bring your family to the country, and you have to work for 3 years. Denmark also uses a voluntary return, which means that Denmark, the government have been giving some refugee up to $24,000 for them to return to the country, but the UK have said we will not do what Denmark is doing by giving money to people. What the government is saying is that you will be given 1 to 2 years when you seek asylum, and it will be renewed. And once the government deemed that your country is safe, you will return back to your home country. This is what the government has proposed. Now, the refugee protection will not lead to permanent stay. That is what the government is saying. Nobody who seeks refugee in the UK will get permanent stay. You will not be able to get it. There is an update on indefinite leave to remain. Stay with me. I will give you the update on indefinite leave to remain. The government is saying that in 2024, 84,200 applications for asylum were made in the UK related. And of this, the government is saying that it is too high. Whilst all this is going on, the Denmark style that they want to introduce, they basically said that they will do everything humanly possible to make sure that nobody who seeks asylum will be able to get permanent stay in the UK. Living in the UK could get harder. Visa may need to be renewed often. You might have to show you are working, learning English, and following the rules to stay. Bring your family could be more difficult for those that want to bring their family to the UK. One small mistake or delay, if you get criminal record, you'll be sent out of the country. The system rewards people who contribute and fit in, but it could feel stressful and uncertain for others. Temporary protection will be introduced. Employers may face higher turnover and more administrative track record, family restriction. These are all the changes that the government have said. Now on indefinite leave to remain, the government, Shabana Mahmood, have said that you're hearing it first from me. The government is going to make it 10 years. They have proposed it. They have said they are having consultation. Indefinite leave to remain is going to be 10 years from 5 years. Nobody will get indefinite leave to remain in 5 years after the government make the announcement by ending of this month. What is your view on that? Do you think 10 years staying in the UK, paying NHS subcharge every time you renew, paying all these things, do you think that is fair? But what we do not know is that whether those who are already in the UK, whether the rules will be applied retrospectively. Are they going to say it's going to start from those that are coming now, or those that are already in the UK? Are they going to be affected? That is one thing that nobody knows for sure. And this is why the last time I was here, I said you should put pressure on your MP, because there is still window of opportunity to influence government policy about indefinite leave to remain for those who are already living in the UK. But those who are going to come after the Home Secretary make the announcement by the end of this month, I can tell you, if you're living abroad, you're planning to come to the UK, is going to take you 10 years to get indefinite leave to remain if you're coming after November this year. That is certain. The government is going to increase it. And why are they increasing it? Because of reform. The government is worried that the only way they can outflank Nigel Farage and thwart the rise of reform is to make sure they increase indefinite leave to remain. That is the political consensus right now in the UK. All the major political parties, Reform, Labour, Conservative, except the Liberal Democrat, they have all agreed that indefinite leave to remain needs to take 10 years to get. Now, the question is, if you're watching me now, you are living in the UK, or you know anyone who lives in the UK who will be due for indefinite leave to remain. I put a video out last time, and I put how to contact your MP to make sure you make your case clear, because we still have a window of opportunity to influence government policy, because there are people on the left of Labour Party who are fighting hard to say that the direction that the government wants to go, they are not happy. When Lucy Poe was elected as the deputy leader of the Labour Party a few weeks ago, the first thing she said is that the government tone on immigration is wrong, that the government is blaming immigrants, that the government needs to tone down the tone, that Labour doesn't need to be like Reform, that we can change the debate. That was what she said. And she and others are those who believe that the government needs to step. So there's a fight in the Labour Party right now. You have some on the right who is saying that the party needs to go far, go hardcore. And you have some on the left who is saying that no, we do not need to be like Reform. But this is a battle of ideas. This is why, if you are due for indefinite leave to remain, or you will be due in a few years' time, reach out to your MP, get your voice across, because this is very important. And for those that are planning to come after November, it's going to take you 10 years to get indefinite leave to remain. It will be announced in a few weeks' time. That is what where the consensus is in British politics now, that it needs to be 10 years. Do you agree? 10 years paying NHS subcharge? Leave your comment in the comment section. That is the update. As soon as the government make the announcement, this is the platform where you will first of all hear. My team and I were working tirelessly to bring our people the latest update, because we know that information is power. That is the difference between success and failure. If you see any value in this content, you can support what we're trying to do by giving this video a like, share to anyone that you know will benefit, and subscribe to our channel if you haven't done so. The government is going to increase indefinitely to remain to 10